day 52 of the 100 Days of Making Comics Challenge. My name is Chris. I'm an illustrator, cartoonist, comic artist from Melbourne in Australia, for those trying to guess. It's been a while since I've done a recap of what this is, so I'm just going to get that little bit out there first for any of you new viewers who haven't seen the videos before or new to the challenge at all. The 100 Days of Making Comics Challenge is where you spend at least 30 minutes a day, every day, for 100 consecutive days working on your own personal project, like a comic. I'm working on my own comic, Monkey Junk, a story that I've been writing for 5+ years. Have tried and failed to work on it multiple times, and this time is my big effort to actually get out there and make sure that it happens, that I draw it, that it exists, and that I can publish it and the world can enjoy it. So anyone can do the challenge. The challenge was started by Kevin Cross, amazingly awesome father and artist from Portland in America, Portland, Oregon, I think it is. He started this quite a few years ago and it just blew up, and lots and lots of people have undertaken the challenge for themselves, and lots of people have finished the challenge, and it's a great community. You can find us out on Facebook called The 100s. Yeah, had a mind blank, so I'm going to stop it there. Yeah, for those of you who do watch and enjoy watching these videos and have considered doing the challenge, I also want to take this moment to say please consider doing the challenge, because it means you get to make comics, and the more comics that get made, the better. And the more comics that get made, the more that I can support and buy and read and enjoy and add to my collection as well. So make those comics so I can buy them. Alright, so on to day 52. Yesterday was another super stressful day at work, but made easier by coming home and just de-stressing. I wasn't really too stressed by the time I left for the day. We're a little bit behind, but that's only due to a big event that's happening next week that we have to prepare for. So unfortunately, anything that comes from that, for that event, pushes everything out of the way, so it's causing us to be a little bit behind. But thankfully everyone's sort of in understanding, because, well, they want that stuff urgently, and you can't have everything urgently. It just doesn't work that way. So it's been good. I'm looking forward to next week when things hopefully slow down. The event's on Wednesday, which gives us Monday and Tuesday to I'm sure there's going to be some last minute things, but there's not a lot we can do printing wise within 2 days, so probably a good thing that the weekend's coming. I feel sorry for our printers though, because they're going to be working over the weekend, the poor buggers. So I came home, de-stressed, had a wicked dinner, bathed April. I will say though, for the record, I was extremely tired. The last thing I wanted to do was absolutely anything. I just really wanted to sit on the couch and just watch TV, which I did do at some point in the evening. So bathed April, Jazz got her ready to go to bed, and I thought, well, that's always a good opportunity for me to do my live stream, because usually between April's bath and we're going to bed, I've got a bit of a half-hour block, so she's got to have a bottle, just chill out and just let her relax before she goes to bed. That's sort of the routine she's in, and now I'm starting to get to the routine when she's doing that. I run into the studio and do my half an hour in there. So I did do my half an hour. I finished 2 more panels on that bottom page. I had to do some alterations because the positioning of the head on those pages were really odd, and it made him look really like this, and I don't want it to look like this. I want it to look like this. So for those of you watching the video, so I had to fix that up a little bit. Managed to fix that, and it didn't take long. And then it was just inking, so nothing arduous and nothing overly exciting. But I finished that, and I did it as a live stream. Unfortunately, this one, there was less people watching. I'm curious whether it's the time that I'm doing it, whether people are having dinner at that time or they're just busy. And And I was trying to think, oh, maybe when's a better time to do it, but I don't think really any time is a better time to do it. I think the key is just consistency, and letting people be aware that I'm, you know, doing the live stream. So if I start using the stories more regularly and using the live function more regularly, hopefully people will start to become interested. So to my understanding, when a live video happens, people generally get notifications, or when they jump onto Instagram they see it. But I'm also using, to the recommendation of my friend Luke, jumping on Twitter and Facebook and that half an hour beforehand, and just saying, hey, I'm going to be doing a live stream in about half an hour. Keep an eye out on your Instagram feed, yada yada yada. There is still that downside that I can't film what I'm inking, but you know, like the story's there for an hour, for 24 hours. So if you guys want to see what I've been doing in real time, you can just quickly jump on over to Instagram anyway and check that video out while this video, you know, after you watch this video. So after that, jumped onto the couch, watched Riverdale with Jazz. We love that show. It was a good episode too, very good episode. And now we are just chilling out watching a bit of TV. So I was just going to do a little bit of drawing, because what I'm doing at the moment is I sort of kept a bit quiet about it, but it's on Patreon now, so it's, you know, I'm going to be spending a bit of time, not crazily, but spending a little bit of time just doing some more ink work, just black and white inked pieces, because I really want to get this sketchbook that I want to create done. It allows me to create some extra content for my Patreons, and you know, I can post little teasers and stuff on Instagram. But overall, yeah, I'll just be doing them bit by bit. So I finished one of those and scanned it and put that in. I finished that the night before. I scanned it in yesterday and uploaded it to Patreon. So if you want to see it, it's on Patreon now. But I did consider working on the next one, and then I remembered today's Friday, which means if I finish page 6 tonight, which I will, no doubt, I will have nothing left to pencil and ink over this weekend. And as you guys know, generally Saturday and Sunday, I'll get up early in the morning and you know, do a big shift, so like an hour and a half rather than the half hour, which is sort of what allows me to catch up on everything else anyway. Pardon me. So I thought, well, given that I haven't finished the pencils on page 7, I better do that. So I jumped on the iPad, had a look at it, really wasn't happy with what I'd seen. And I'm going to post a video at the end of it so you guys can actually see what I'm talking about. The original layout that I did, I wasn't happy with it. Panel 2 was really plain and ordinary and just had nothing exciting to it. And then the last panel, panel 5, didn't really speak volumes to me. I like it. It's a big reveal of a monster. It's not any fancy monster, it's just a monster that's about to get killed. Spoilers. Well, you probably figured that because Abby's a bit of a badass. Hey, man. Oh, man. Yawning and coughing and... oh, God. What a morning. It's worth noting that I slept in this morning. I had to rush to get ready for work, and now I'm stuck in traffic, and it's gross. Yes. So, once I looked at it, because I did the layouts for this a couple of days ago, once I had another proper look at it, last night, I said, no, this isn't good enough, I need to fix this. And it led me to thinking about what I was talking about in yesterday's video, about how I wasn't 100% happy with the backgrounds that I was doing, that I need to get better, etc, etc. And one of the things that, I don't know why I don't do this more often, I feel like because I'm doing layouts on the iPad, I probably should and will start doing this more often, is just hopping onto Google and looking for some form of resource that I want. So last night, like at the current scene, it's just in a park in the city. So I just Googled parks, and then I found what I was looking for, downloaded that, dumped it in, rearranged it in some ways, and used that as a guideline to what, you know, for the rest of that panel. And then just dump my characters in it. And almost instantly, once I'd finished that, I was like, yeah, this is 100 times better than what I'd already done. So I'm going to start doing that more. And then panel 2, I did the same thing. I googled a picture of a page and said, okay, will this work in correlation to the other page? Dumped that in, happy with it. Also, I was quite happy with the way that this page works. I was really having some fun with the pacing on the left-hand side. So I sent this off to a few people just to get a bit of feedback. And yeah, it was mostly positive, which is awesome. Got a note on the pacing, which is good because that's something, like I said, you know, I was trying to denote in there. Yeah, really happy with how it came out. But yeah, so sort of leading on to sort of a little bit of a subject for today's video. Not that I've got much longer left anyway, because I've been ranting and rambling about what I did for an hour yesterday. Yeah, sort of a lesson for me again, because I've done this before, but for some reason I just, especially with the comic, I've been so focused on just getting the pages finished that I've been going, okay, well I'm happy with just sort of subpar on this, and that shouldn't be it at all. What I need to be doing is doing that extra little bit of research, that extra bit of you know, finding good resources and using them to my advantage, and also starting to go out and taking photos of locations. One thing that I do is I love there's a subreddit called Evil Buildings, and I absolutely love it. I'm consistently saving those buildings because I'm like, oh, I'd love to use this somewhere and I'd love to use that somewhere. And I should be doing the same with other like movies and that, taking screenshots. Like, I love Blade Runner, I love the visuals of Blade Runner, especially the new one. They're just so stunning and gorgeous, and I want to replicate that at some stage. So, you know, I need to be going, okay, that's a scene I want to redraw, or that's a scene I want to take ideas from, and then utilizing that while I'm drawing the comics. Having the iPad is one of the best tools to do that with, because it's so easy to just dump the photo in, resize it, readjust it, cut things out of it, lay it out. And someone who does a really great example of someone who does it really well is Josh Kemble. If you guys have ever watched his videos or watched him do his layouts for his pages, he does that a lot, where he pulls resources, whether it's photos of him or whether it's something else. Oh, man. God, I must be tired. God. This has been quite a week. I'm looking forward to tomorrow, maybe having a nap in the afternoon. Might be nice. I doubt it'll happen, but hopefully. Yes. Where was I? I got interrupted by my stupid yawn. Yeah, so using those resources, Google's great. Actually, we use Shutterstock a lot at work, and I find that Shutterstock actually has some really great resources. I would like to try and find some websites though that are specifically catered for this sort of stuff, because it'd be great to have an archive of sort of free images that people could use to use as a basis for when they're drawing comics. And I think having it specifically outlined as that would be important. I'm sort of already thinking that if this doesn't exist, maybe this is a website that I should create to give artists a free resource, or a place where people can even upload their resources. Like, I know there's a lot of people who take photos of their hands and their bodies and things in weird angles and shapes that they need for their comics, like this, you know, like to get that perspective right, etc., etc. So, like that. I'm going to check it out. I mean, DeviantArt's great for this sort of stuff. Like I said, Shutterstock. And like, you don't need to be able to buy the images, because you only need low res just to get the idea to help you. But go out there and take your own photos as well. That's what I should start doing, is trying to find locations that I would want to see my characters in, and take those photos so I can redraw them later. And two, one thing that is really handy, like I know there's going to be in the door dimension, it's almost like giant alleyways connecting to each other. So I should be finding some really good photos of alleyways, and then taking those and then just converting those to look like the door dimension. So to have that specific look that I have in mind for it, you know, just using the photo. Oh, pardon me again. God, need more coffee. Need more of this delicious coffee. Okay. Oh, that's strong. I did make it extra strong this morning, I forgot. Because I was obviously tired. I lost my train of thought. Again, stupid yawns. So, anyway, use reference images. Use them a lot, because you'll have a better comic at the end of it. And I actually read this great little thing. I'll see if I can share it on my Facebook later today. My friend Luke posted it, and it's got a big sort of a spiel. But one thing I took out of it was, when you're creating comics, always create a comic assuming that the people picking it up, it's going to be the first comic they ever read. And this is so true, because I've done that before when I was working on Kill the Hero, The Legend of Rock. He had multiple people coming up and saying, I've never read comics before, and that was amazing, and now I'm addicted. And they were just buying indie comics by just handfuls. It looked amazing. So what you're creating now has so much more impact than the story that you're creating, but also has the opportunity to convert someone who's never been into comics. It could be a family member or a family friend, or just someone at a convention who you've managed to just convince that your comic is the best thing that they should buy. That could be the first comic they ever read, and that could be that defining moment for them that gets them into more comics in the future. And as you all know, comics and comic communities are fantastic when they're handled correctly. I'm going to leave it at that. I hope that little nugget helps you guys when it comes to creating comics. My name is Chris, and I'm ending this episode. I'll see you all tomorrow. No, I'll see you in a couple of days, because the weekend, just slow uploads and all that. You guys are used to this now. Anyway, I'll see you on Monday. Have a great weekend, everyone. Thank you for watching the videos as always. If you have any suggestions for topics, or just want to say hello, please leave a comment down below and I'll get to them over the weekend. And please like the video too. It's always appreciated when you guys give those friendly likes. I love it. It makes me happy inside and makes me want to keep making videos. So despite the challenge, I'll probably keep making videos after this. And yeah. Alright guys, have a great day, have a great weekend, have a great everything, and I'll see you all later.